Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last episode, we attempted to get into the JSHQ, Joint Security Headquarters, and were unable to do so. The scanner over there refuses to allow us to pass, as it detects that the microchip is not attached to us, but in some sort of other receptacle, or was. We came over here to the Lotaeri Health Center, which was hinted at in the microchip encoder we received from the Nexus of Technology, as this is the place where it was initially installed into Phil Bridges' hand. And we found a microchip implanter here. We extracted it from Phil's hand, which turned out to be a living organism all on its own, thanks to the mutations, and then put it into our hand. However, we are unable to leave this place. Something is bombarding, well, not bombarding, but something is psychically preventing us from leaving. It is showing us images of this one girl who is suffering an unbelievable amount thanks to the mutagens that this place was bombarded with. We will discover that she is still alive and does not wish to be, due to the horrendous condition she has been in for the past 200-something years. Before we go any further, guys, as well, so that was a great summary, Tim. So, before we go any further, two quick things, or maybe not so quick. Number one, thank you for the feedback, everyone. I get the impression that you guys would like to see more Underrail, in so much that you would like to see things that maybe I've not even attempted to do before and see me attempt to do them. So, in other words, don't make a beeline for the ending of these DLCs and then wrap it up. Instead, see what you can see, try to explore more things than you would, but if you're not in the mood to record Underrail, take breaks and play something else or just take a break. And I like that. We'll do that. So, that will be the plan. Next, as you may have seen right in the beginning of this with this, I am working today, actually for the past several days, with a injured right hand. The muscles in my fingers and my wrist are extremely achy and somewhat painful. I think too much Diablo 2 has injured it, as it were. Too much right-clicking using my middle finger and index finger. Embarrassing, but I'm getting older, so I can't be playing a game like Diablo 2 for 8 hours a day. That's just not going to work anymore. As such, I am using my left hand today to use the mouse, and I'll be using my right for the keyboard. My father is left-handed, and when I was growing up, I had to learn how to use the mouse in my left hand. So it's not too bad, but I don't know what my hotkeys are instinctively. Instinctively? That was the wrong way. I pronounced that incorrectly. Instinctively, I know how to do things because of muscle memory using, my standard setup. Mouse in right hand, keyboard on left hand. That isn't the case currently, though. So you guys will have to bear with me as I probably use the cursor for most of the interactions going forward instead of hotkeys. At least for the next few days, I think. Alright, we're getting another image. You hear words. You hear them in your mind. They are being spoken by a voice that is not yours. The other voice. The words may sound articulate and meaningful. They may be carried by a tone that is rich and pleasant, but they are not your words, and it is not your voice, the one uttering them. So you address it, subconsciously, but the other voice doesn't stop or even pause. It carries on as though you are silent. You don't wish to stop or pause either. This is your mind, your refuge, your realm. Interloping vocals must be confronted. But before you're able to even finish that thought, you come to the realization that the dialogue you've just engaged in is actually beautiful. It is a contraptional, I can't pronounce that, dance of sentience, a captivating, profound, and fluent interchange in which the two independent and adventurous melodic voices, your voice and the other voice, caress each other and give birth to memorizing harmony, beauty of sound. You like this. You can't not. And as soon as you sink into the enjoyment that sprang into your mind like an unexpected epiphany, the other voice's timbre changes. Don't listen to it. Evict the other voice. The more you try to overpower its voice, the louder it becomes. And the more you try to control your own voice, the more you realize you cannot. Yeah, we do not have the willpower to resist any of these. The other voice drops in pitch, becoming coarse and foul. Its previous impeccable rhythm is now but vulgar syncopation, clashing with your fluent lines, turning euphony into nightmarish cacophony as the hostile notes claw at each other in dissonance. A speedy decomposition of this is taking place, and there is nothing you are able to do to rectify it. This would be easier for me to to read if there weren't so many fancy words being used here. Then, without missing a single grim beat, the words lose all their meaning. You cannot you cannot tell one word from another, and all you can understand, if barely, is something you'd rather never hear again. Now, slurred and incomprehensible, the other voice rings with mounting subhumanity. Its corruption is contagious, because you comprehend in horror that your voice has turned into hollow, despondent hollering as well. Dread grows inside you, as you realize that you are forgetting the melodious beauty of the human voice, and what those words you had spoken so delightfully meant. Your thoughts are slowing down, and the two voices merge into monophony, drowning monophony. You can now only vaguely remember random disjointed syllables you had once been uttering, devoid of most of their meaning and purpose, but you don't even care anymore. Who could miss something so distant and vague? The sounds you are making now are just an extension of your breathing, its mere idiosyncratic embellishments, concealing suppressed cries of pain. And then you hear your own rapid breath, clear and unweighted. You speak them, words, just random words, only to hear what they sound like. The melody is there, but the timbre of your voice has lost some of its overtones, lost some of its life. Take a deep breath. I'm guessing that perhaps, originally, every time you failed one of these checks, you would lose a bit of your stats or something. It would be kind of neat if that was the case, to gain something else at the end of this. But maybe they changed it to only now the 1 feat at the end of this adventure in the health center. Oh, this is like the other rooms in the Nexus of Technology, only the bathroom is on this side. On the east side, not the north side. Oh my goodness. The hotkeys. So there's a destroyable wall here, but I know if we've seen that there are strawmen walking around. So the moment we will attempt to get through this, say with some dynamite, we are likely to have every strawman investigate this area. But I think we'll do this anyway. Actually, stop. We don't know what's on the other side of this. There may be no reason to use the dynamite here. As a camera, I don't see the camera. Something saw us. We're immediately in combat. What saw us? She did. That Blade Maiden. This would now mean that every single enemy is aware of where we are. Oh, there's another one right there. Ow, she's kind of camouflaged. I would not have seen her had I not stopped to examine the area a little more thoroughly. She will be able to reach us. So I'm going to move us toward her. An uncanny dodge. Oh! And a strong man comes out to that one doorway. Okay. Well, if we want to run around, and we're going to want to do that, we need to get rid of these handmaidens. Fantastic critical. I'm going to stun her. Or it is a more appropriate word to use. And run away from the strong man. She was the one who used sprint, so we shouldn't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, we'll use exposed weakness on the strong man. Not going to be enough to kill it. Sprint away. Oh! Another handmaiden. Okay. We'll heal. We saw another strongman walking around over here, so if we kill this handmaiden to get some movement in this area, we're likely to still encounter him. Although, well, it doesn't look like he's close by, so we're going to focus on this handmaiden. After all. Okay, we can walk up and poke this strawman once. He should still have a exposed weakness on him for one more round. Here comes the other strawman. We can destroy this handmaiden. Oh, if we hit her, we could. Sure. We'll use an adrenaline. This one is likely to pick up a rock to throw it at us. Let's move here, activate the shield, and recharge our spear. Wow! 2 more strawmen and another blade maiden somewhere. And he didn't pick up a rock. I don't see the handmaiden. End the turn. We're about to be fatigued. Let's recharge the spear. And keep trying to avoid that rock in our face. I suppose weakness is off a cooldown, as is our uncanny dodge. They're not here. I'm trying to wait for my fatigue to expire. Oh, they're getting close, though. We can probably move up and fight. Even though I just said I was trying to avoid doing that. You know what? We should avoid it. I think there are 3 of them left. One more run on being fatigued. Okay, so now we will run up and poke this one. Good. Let's move directly next to this one and use Uncanny Dodge. We can probably deactivate our shield since we just used that. Now we won't kill this one in... Oh, we might. It's wounded or damaged. No, we did not. But we have the movement to get away from it. Let's make sure of that by using Sprint. Okay, not bad. Got hit just twice from one of those handmaidens. Okay, how are we looking durability-wise? Oh, our spear could use a repair. And our taser could use some charges. 2 to be exact. And our dagger could use 1. Okay, and that is this area, I think, purged of its robotic defenders. Ooh, lots of psionic trainers here. Entropic recurrence. Another entropic recurrence. Psychotemporal contraction. We already know all those, but they'll sell for quite a bit and don't weigh very much. Psionic accelerator blueprint. We don't know that one. More inhalants and boosters and some shells and bullets here I see. Alright, keep searching all the rest of the rooms. And all the medicine cabinets. Another one of those strange clamps. We already know all. We can not gain any more Oddie points from them. Not that we're playing Oddie mode. And we're max level anyway, so it doesn't benefit us from looking for them. Is this cold food? No, bio food. I will take it anyway. Nothing in the cabinets, except for this one. This looks like a doorway we can only get into this room if we have hacking, or maybe from this side. And this is a giant MRI machine. Magnetic resonance imaging scanner, capable of creating extremely strong magnetic fields. I'm guessing that this allows you to do something to all the robots in this area. But I've never been able to interact with it because I'm always detected. Which means I'm dealing with the fighting, and by the time the fighting is over is when I can interact with this, and I don't think there's any reason to do so after the enemies are defeated. Right, we have remains lying all over the place too. We should check those. I guess we'll just take the spikes to clear the remains. We'll leave them someplace else. Oh my goodness, this is so awkward reaching across my table like this, based on where the microphone's located, to reach the keyboard with my right hand. So Deathman was talking about how these are all infected. Interesting. I wonder if Biocorp had hacked some sort of or had a signal they could use to get the Strawman and Handmaidens to work the way they are currently working, which is to say hostile to anything around them. It might explain why Biocorp never entered any of these facilities that after they had shelled them. They let them untouched. That, and also probably because of the risk of their own mutagens was just too high. So they opted to not enter these places. That would indicate that they also never cared about loot, as it were. They just cared about destroying NFT and its employees. Curious. This would mean that there was nothing they were interested in. Or perhaps there was something so dangerous that NFT had discovered, which they did, we'll see that later, that they decided it wasn't worth the risk. Perhaps yet another reason why they used the mutagens. Ornate Lumerian cutlery. It would almost be ashamed to use cutlery this fancy on mere cave hopper steak. Yeah, but we'll do it. Two locked electrical cabinets. Hopefully, it's very unlikely, but hopefully we can find some sort of discharger in this. I still have not dropped my hope of finding a quality 160, or at least 155, electrical discharger somewhere. Yeah, but we're not looking to find anything greater than like 101 quality for electronics outside. Oh, well, I was saying that, but we find a 124 smart lens here. I do not want bolts. Outside of the very final area for the DLC, I'm not expecting to get any better electronic components. Hello, camera. You can see me. The elevator to the morgue. Some bullets in this cabinet. Grab those. Yeah, quality 99 or so. 109 for one of them. Still, that's not going to be high enough, even if we find a decent discharger. Oh, the microchip implantation room key. All right, well, we don't need that. We've already handled that. Oh, we could just walk in here. The electronics are too lucrative for us not to see if we can find some more of them inside every cabinet we come across. And nothing even in this room. I guess this allows you to... What would this let you do? You'd blow up this wall, but then all the strongmen would come to investigate, and you'd be pinned in that room, because they would walk in through this area and through this one to reach that room to investigate the noise. I don't know if... I guess, realistically, you're sneaking and doing detonation if you have stealth to avoid being detected so easily. Our food expired. Let's have some more. None of these work, with the exception of the morgue, which is the only one that's also labeled here. You feel a strong surge moving through your body. It starts at the front of your brain and radiates away, passing through every organ and reaching every tissue and every cell, even if they are located in the remotest ends of your being. You open your eyes, even though you are certain that they had already been opened, and you see veins, oddly blue veins with membranes stretched thinly between them. Through this layer of flesh, you see light. Awake to your new existence. You surrender to the senses. You can smell again, that scent that is redolent of death. You can hear again, that pulse of a somber heart. You can taste again, that vile acidity. You try to move, struggle with all your might, but you are unable to. Not until one of your arms victoriously rises in the air. You feel it and see its shadow through the fine tissue. So it sounds as if, though, based on the first paragraph, that we are actually one of the robots, not a person, as it were. I think this is the girl psychically being able to reach out and possess a robot or control it. You reach for this fleshy mass impeding your vision and grasp it like a cobweb, pulling it aside so your eyes may fully bathe in light. It blinds you temporarily, but you adore it nonetheless. Your vision is now clear, and you feel motion everywhere. You feel as though you're floating in a sea of corporeal waves. You must see it, so you slowly turn your eyes and gaze at it, and faint. You open your eyes, even though you are sure they had already... No. You remember it now. You fainted. You remember... horror. Utter horror. So she had possessed a robot and then looked at herself in the room that she had been in. But you must look again no matter what. As you lay those fearful eyes upon yourself again, the shock surges through you like an energy that woke you from your timeless slumber. The feeling shakes you not unlike a bowl of living jelly, from which you, in fact, might not be so different. You look abnormal, malformed, oddly blue, and disgustingly red, and tumorously green. You're unable to recognize most of you, or at least what you think is you. Everything is moving, voluntarily and not, but you are alone. You are alone. So much motion, yet it's all a single soul. You are alone, and you will stay alone. So she's trying to make us empathetic to her condition, as she is in a absolutely horrific, pitiable state. And to be honest, even if I had the will to resist, I don't know if I ever would on any of my characters. It seems like, well, then again, if I was playing an evil character, I guess I wouldn't care. Most of my characters, though, are I consider them good characters, and story-related, I would absolutely want to put her out of her misery, which is what we're going to be doing next. Shotgun tube extension. The vent. We want that vent. Always stick to the vents. Okay, that one's sealed off. This one is not. Dead security captain. Weird surgical clamp. A Lemurian blaster. And a security command office keycard for joint security headquarters. That will likely prove useful, as we are going there soon. Okay, now unfortunately we got 4 stacks of hypothermia, which I want off of me before we do anything else. I believe there's nothing really hostile waiting for us up ahead, so we could proceed onward, but it's just good practice to not walk around when you've lost 4 points of constitution. Yeah, her points are basically half, I think, of what they normally would be because of this. Our constitution is currently 1. That's horrible. So we'll just stay here and wait. So what can we talk about, viewer? What's going on with me? So now that I've gotten some feedback from you guys, I'm trying to think about what game or games to record in the off time. I think I probably will record Valfaris. A heads up for that game, it's gonna be... So, there's a few people who have uploaded videos of it and beaten the game from beginning to end without a single death. That's not gonna be me at all. Multiple deaths, lots and lots of deaths. Easily 100, possibly even more, will occur for that game if I decide to record it, and I think I will, because I like the game so much. The gameplay, it's not as cheesy or as sneaky or as cheap, but it reminds me of I Want to Be the Guy in the idea of how death should be handled. Expect it, accept it, reload, and try to do better with what's up ahead. So, yeah, so I think that's going to be one of them. And I've dusted off my maps for Legacy of the Ancients, so I think we're going to get that one started soon. What? Okay, then we have to unlock this one. A man. Not a life man, not a death man, just a man. We could destroy him by just walking up and attacking, but that's not the way our character would likely work. Oh my goodness, look at all the psychic trainers here. Trance. Large jar of salt. Looks like salt, but smells funny. The jar is marked with a circle, with a single horizontal line in the middle. You probably shouldn't use this for cooking. 3 audio points. Reminds me a bit of the... Oh, what was it? There was an H.P. Lovecraft story which involves something similar to this. A person reduced himself to this, but then was able to bring himself back to life through one of his future offspring. Is that right? Descendants. There's a term. Performed this one magic ritual to bring him back. But I forget what the story is now. Been a while since I've listened to my H.P. Lovecraft radio broadcasts. Status trainer, precognition trainer, implosion trainer, psychotemporal dilation, and telekinetic punch. We can actually learn 2 of those. We can actually learn telekinetic punch, which is interesting. If we want a stun, I suppose. I don't see why we wouldn't at least take it. And implosion? Oh, I'm sorry. That's implosion, not. I thought it was. I thought it was the. I forget what it's called now. You mark an enemy with it, and if you can kill them with the mark, it's still active. They detonate. I thought that was what that ability was, but now it's something different instead. All right. Anyway, I'm babbling. Let's talk with the man. Death lives here. Welcome to the morgue, sir. For death I came. Yes. Oh, you understand him. So it's a him, not a she. So the first image, or possibly the second that we had witnessed, was what he had seen, where he wanted to relay to us. This is how everyone here died. Who is he? Dr. Mason. Everyone died. No one lived. Yet he is unable to settle. It's his mind, you see. It is exceptional. He can reach other minds, minds like yours. You are the first to approach him in a long, long time, sir. Who are you? I am but a vessel, a servant, not his, but yours. I am the link. You understand him. A strong link between you two has been established. Although I've already mentioned why I think we got the visions, we'll ask the man anyway. Communication. He can only reach you through your mind, and only through emotions. Why me? There is no one else, sir. What about the other servants? They are just like me. I am simply the one closest to him. What now? Resolution, sir. I am ready. He desires, yearns for resolution. He chose death a long time ago. You understand him fully. You can help him. So, we can answer this in several ways. We can say number one, that seems odd. I just want to put him out of his misery. Not for any other reason. I don't need a reward to end this poor thing's suffering. We will say number two. What is the reason I'm able to help him? You can endure it. You've experienced enough. Oh, right. I think if you come down here after resisting all the will, I think there's a chance, if you decide to help him, that your character just dies upon entering there from sheer horror. A heart attack kills you, I think. Don't quote me on that. That's never been the case for me, because I've never been able to resist any of these checks. I never played a character who had the high enough will to do so, but I think that's accurate. I think we can refuse, by the way. I don't think we have to do this. But I'm going to. I want to help him. You have no other options. The link is strong, and he won't let you leave without resolution. What would be the next step, then? I will lead you into this chamber. He will help you with the rest, sir. And when you leave that chamber, you will emerge different. What's going to happen to me in there? Whatever must happen. Let's do this. I'm going in. Finally. Follow me and stay focused. Note the Viscera all around us now, after we have completed the task in that room. You will leave the morgue, shaken up by fleeting memories, as though you've woken up in the middle of a dream and trying to grasp at its fading contents. Entering the morgue felt like returning to an imagined childhood home one couldn't wait to leave. The horror before your eyes was like those repressed, demented relatives. The morgue stench, much akin to the moldy storeroom everyone used. The sinister reverberations, scheduled train passes overhead, and the acidic taste in your mouth, unpalpable batch cooking. It is this familiarity that prevented the invasive senses from overwhelming you and distracting you from reality and your goal. The mass of flesh shifting and moving and trembling before you was seemingly alive, begging not to be. Its hollow voice came from within your head, rambling about its troubled existence, every bit permeated with the desire for death, true death. And this death you granted. The method you do not remember, but the more you stare at your blood-drenched self, the more fragmented memories of this being's gory death start flashing before your eyes, gushing blood, ripping flesh, oozing slime, and everything else. After all of this, you found yourself outside with a clear mind, a passing headache, and an utter desensitization to body horror. In other words, we're no longer horrified by things like the Cenobites or something of the sort. That no longer even disturbs us in the slightest, because we have seen something that is truly unbelievably horrific. We also gained a new feat because of that. Where is it? Body horror. After what you have seen, you'll never look at the fleshy form the same again. Critical hit chance with weapons and unarmed attacks against humanoids and non-insectoid critters increased by 3%. Resolve reduced by 30%. This feat was acquired outside leveling. We can see what our resolve is over here, I think. Maybe 120. It must have been close to maybe 150 before, something of the sort. But our crit chance also did go up. We now have a base crit chance of 14% with our weapon. It was 11. And now we have the microchip implanted in us. Let's go back and talk to Grim. And then I think I will do some off-screen inventory management. Going back to our home. Note that the receptionist is also now gone. As if she was never here to begin with, and there's nothing on the pedestal here either. If we were to walk into these rooms... Oh, maybe it's the other one. I think the rooms we had opened will be shut. Oh, I never tried this. I don't think anything special is going to happen. But what happens if we knock on this door again? Nothing. Okay, nothing else special. Normally, it would likely be around here that you would access implantation room now, as you had acquired the key. Okay, let's go and talk with Captain Grimm about what just transpired. So, you mentioned taking breaks from this game. What's your intention, Tim? Tell the viewers. So, I'm thinking that if I take breaks from this game, I would like them to be no greater than a 3-day interval, a space. So I'm going to try, in other words, to upload one of these every 4th day. You'll probably get them more frequently than that. But I think it was Lost Fremen who had mentioned in particular how I am getting a bit burned out of this game. And I am. We've been recording it for 100 episodes. That's over 100 hours. Because some of these episodes have been an hour and a half long, and very few of them have been less than an hour. So it's a great game. I absolutely love it. But focusing on one particular game to record it as often as I do can be very tiresome. We started this in January, didn't we? And it is now May. My goodness. Just about 150 days, half a year almost, has gone by. And since he's here, by the way, let's talk with the Theremin. Maybe he'll be a little more receptive to us this time. He speaks through the smoke. I see you've started opening them. I do. Yes. So, what's inside? I could tell you if that'll make you a bit more talkative. There's only one way to find out. Only one way to find out, kid. Death is inside these places. What else? He shakes his head. Yes, they're tombs, all right. But tombs have treasure. What's inside? A lot of really interesting things, if you must know. Things the world could benefit from. Really? Like what? Art. Now, there is art. The pirates will We'll probably take and sell some of that. There is technology, history, weapons, new animal species, or machines. We'll go with machines. I don't think I've ever said that before. Machines. Ah, machines. Technology. He shakes his head. You think more technology is going to help this world, eh? Typical. Typical. He stares into the sea, appearing as though he's looking straight through the surface. Descent. Takes a long draw, blows smoke, and continues without looking at you. So, what do you want this time? I have some questions about the Black Sea. Then ask. This place seems to have very rich and diverse flora. Where do I look for some of the more unusual species of plants and fungus? The vegetation is not here by mere chance. No. It's been cultivated by the former inhabitants of the Black Sea. He stares into the sea, appearing as though he's looking straight through the surface. They may have met their doom, but they did leave some life behind to flourish on its own. There is a variety of species here. The most abundant are by far the water reeds, but there ain't much you can extract from them. The honeystalk fruits contain useful chemicals and are also deceitfully tempting to eat, and you'd resist that urge if you valued your life. He takes a draw and exhales smoke. Greenworts, too. These can all be found all over the cavern, but are most abundant in the more dangerous places, like the fetid marsh and the surrounding areas, all Somborian territories. How much do you know about the history of this place? About the NFT facilities? Little. It doesn't matter anyway. The monolith at the entrance of the Black Sea. What do you know about it? It's known as the glowing canine among the people. He puffs smoke. I've only ever seen it from below, but those who have been there and returned alive say its peculiarity is not limited to its physical appearance, for the psychological influence it imposes upon those who approach it is more than evident. Some sought more from it, but those did not retain their sanity, or, in better case, did not survive. No. He opens his mouth to speak, but stops. What is it? Nothing, kid. Nothing. He takes a long draw and exhales slowly, staring at the monolith's direction. Something else, Ferryman. Fine. Where are you headed to next? I'll be hitting the northeastern waters first. And after that, probably some Sormabarian geyser village. That's the plan. They'll blow some smoke. And there you have it. Hey, do you have some kind of two-way radio on the boat? Yes. Mind giving me the frequency in case I need to contact you about something? Yes, I mind. Why not? I don't want anyone bothering me. Okay. He puffs smoke. I guess we can't get that until we have a reason to contact him. What do you do with the more interesting things you find, like artifacts and various other oddities? Are you willing to trade them too? I do find things of greater value that is inexpressible through mere coinage, mere quantity. Why are you interested in such things? I feel I can learn a lot by studying the cultural remains of people that lived before us. Oh, with that I agree, kid. With that I agree wholeheartedly. I do not collect these relics I find. I pass them on. There is no other way but to pass them on, kid. I do, however, make sure to give them to someone who will be enriched by it. Even if just a little. Enriched in the real sense of the word. He ponders for a moment. Very well. I will show you some of the things I found. The price I ask for them does not reflect their qualitative value, mind you, for that would be pointless. No. I'm merely covering my expenses. So now he will sell us oddity items. These things. Glass float, Anchor pendant. Looks like he's also willing to sell us a double-barreled shotgun, but we have no reason for that. So it looks like he will buy bullets and blueprints. 1 blueprint. And we'll sell him all the bullets I have. And I don't think he's going to be selling anything I particularly want. So that is good. Anything else? Nope. Okay. We'll talk with him some more later. So as long as we're in this area, let's stop by and talk with Donnie really quick. And see if he's interested in buying some of the stuff we've got. Yo, banger. You need stuff, huh? Any coins for me, Donnie? Let me see. Yep, here. He places several piles of stitching coins on the counter. If it comes back to me... Well, I do need some more stuff. So... Grenade blueprint medicines this time. No weaponry. Except for grenades, but I'm not going to sell him grenades. 3 foodstuffs. Oops, that was the wrong thing to press. I meant to sell him that, not eat it. So he'll take a single blueprint. Sell him trance then. I guess that will be it. I will say that the 2 working for Aegis Incorporated were a much more profitable pair of merchants than Donnie's proving to be, since he... Well, any merchant that's a weapons merchant will be more profitable than ones that are not, as weapons and armor sell for the most amount of money. Attention all sect troopers. The camp is under attack. I repeat, we are under attack. All available troops should report to camp defense. Put the device back in our pocket. Grim? Tim? Regarding the ruins, what have you got for me? You're going to hear certain things that might be hard to believe. Explain to him what you discovered. What you told me stays between you and me. Pirates are already superstitious enough. The rumors of this kind can spread and grow in cancerous manner. The hospital is rich in loot, so I'll send a crew to pick it clean once I pick a decent one. We'll keep the microchip implanter intact in case you might need it again. Keep up the jet and work, Tim, and keep me further informed. Donnie will have your payment. Nothing new for now. I'll be waiting. Regarding the ruins, Captain Grimm. Oh, okay. What's the situation with the Aegis patrols? Aegis are too strong of an opponent, so it's best to let the Scalers take care of them for us. Okay. Take care, Captain. You know, I wonder if we were to attack Aegis Incorporated right now, would we find that there's no one there, basically? I'm sorry, no one there. Is there no one in the back areas of the Aegis Incorporated camp? Because the savages are currently attacking. Anyway, why don't I put a break here, everyone, so I can do some inventory management. I'll check how long I've been playing for the game for as well. But I don't think it's been quite an hour, so we'll come back and we'll do some more exploring of the Black Sea. So give me a few seconds. Hey everyone. So, checking on the recording, it turns out we've been playing for 55 minutes, which is not enough time to really explore any more of the Black Sea. So I think instead we'll head to Port Crag, and my intention on the next video will be to explore the Fetid Marsh instead of going back to the JSHQ. So let's get to Port Crag together, and then we'll end this the video there. Let's take a quick peek. And this is going to take just a minute, if that, viewer. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it was entertaining to watch me get through the last of the Lotaeri Health Center. And that's it. Yeah, that's all I got. So thank you guys again, and I will see you all in the next bit, where we'll do some Fetid Marsh exploring. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching, everyone, and take care.